The picture was showing in black and white at first. I thought it was going to stay like that. That was kind of cool. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oops. Sorry, guys. I hope you guys are doing well today. I'm feeling great. And this is kind of impromptu live, and I was like, Spirit, tell me what should I even title this? You know what I'm saying? And so I pulled one card, okay, and that's the thumbnail you see. It was this Oracle of Wands, and all I could hear is, yeah, fire it up, okay? I used to be a cheerleader, and then I was a cheer coach, and fire it up was definitely one of the cheers, right? And so that's kind of like what I'm getting from this energy. And then as I'm writing the title, I realized tomorrow is 4th of July, okay? So that time of reading is the day before the 4th. So I'm like, fireworks. So I just feel like this is going to really resonate for right now. Let's say this weekend for sure. I like to do like the next 7 days. You know what I'm saying? It's some right now energy, okay? That's what we would consider some right now energy. So that's what we're about to get into. Okay, with this Oracle of Wands energy, though, I'm definitely feeling like pump it up. Pump that pirate spirit up, okay? Like, I feel like it's time, okay? You've been resting, okay? You've been resting. You've been transmuting energy, okay? It's time to step out, okay? It's time to step out, okay? And in your power, okay? In your power, no more playing small, okay? The transformation has already occurred, all right? And you are the shit. It's also, these are definitely female lions. You know, we can't necessarily tell by this cat, but it's giving me a feminine energy here, okay? So definitely for the Queen's Rising, okay? My Queen's Rising. It's time. I was just thinking about the matriarch earlier today, and you know how important it is that we get back in alignment. And in the matriarch, we are going to help men with their mental health. Okay, that is going to definitely be like a something that the rising divine feminines are definitely like. I know that we're definitely getting like new downloads of how to help men make this transition with us, okay? Because as above, so below. As divine feminine energy, so divine masculine energy. So yes, it does happen that divine feminine energy will evolve faster or before the divine masculine energy, because that's just the natural order. Free Diddy and let's party. Funny. I don't want to be distracted by that. Okay, I don't want to be distracted by that, because we channeling the message, okay? Because I could go in on that shit too. But what I will say is that whether he gets out or not, it ain't gonna be the same. He ain't gonna have that reputation. Shit's still slaughtered. Okay. So yes. So we're talking about the divine. Let me do a disclaimer, because I'm new to going live, and there's a lot of weird people out there and they like to talk that shit in the comments. It almost seems like you guys do that shit professionally. So let me just say, these messages, these are for the divine. They're not for regular people. So they're not going to resonate with everyone. I'm just on this platform so I can call out to those who are who it resonates to. So if it doesn't resonate, that's okay. I'm perfectly fine. And I don't mind your comments, but don't you be rude to me. Thank you. Okay, you don't got to be rude. 3 of Cups energy. So the fact that you said let's party, I wanted to say let's party. Okay, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it has something to do with that. Okay, I don't know who you are, but whatever resonates, whatever. I feel like it is party time. I feel like it is time to celebrate. I feel like your cup running over. I also feel like you don't have to worry, because look at this evil eye, like protecting the abundance. It's like the Lord prepare my table in front of my enemies. And it's like, and it's protected. Your enemies can't do shit but be mad. Okay. So, don't fear is what I want to say. It's like, as you are receiving these gifts, and I just seen 444 linger on the clock, you are protected. You are safe. Okay, you have already surpassed the challenges where God himself is actually testing you to see what choice you're going to make. Okay, you're past that. You're at the point where you're about to receive. You don't have to fear these gifts that are coming to you. I know that, like, I know, especially for me, like, we have a certain level of heightened awareness. I was gonna say paranoia, but it's really not, because we have a reason to be concerned, because people really are attacking us for our brain power. Okay. And so don't fear. When somebody comes in genuine energy, don't be afraid. Just know that even if a motherfucker did try to do you dirty, you'd be protected. Okay, so your abundance is protected. This is also telling me if you resonate with the with like an inheritance or something, or money that, or something that's been held back or stolen from you, I feel like that has been protected. So whatever abundance or inheritance that you already had stored up for you, it cannot be taken from you. Okay. The only thing that you have to do is basically stand in your power and your truth. Stand in your power and your truth. All praise to the Most High Power. We are grateful. All praise to the Most High Power. We are grateful. Judgment. Okay. Judgment. Be aware. Okay. Just Judgment Day is every day. Okay. Whether you're on the divine side or on lower vibrational, wherever you are on this frequency spectrum, Judgment Day is every day. Okay. And your energy is going to change based off your thoughts. Okay. So just be aware of what you're thinking. Okay. Because it's giving me that this person is in its head right here. Okay. Protect your energy, protect your mind, protect your thoughts, protect your transitions and the changes that you're making in your life by staying quiet. Hey guys, welcome. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate everybody. Elder of Cups. Okay. Emotional control is essential at this time. Emotional control is essential at this time. Okay. So especially as this judgment energy is passing through, be objective, observe. Okay. Don't be emotional about shit. Think people, like, I know that the people who have transgressed against me, they're like, I'm melting. They're in that energy right now, right? And so they want to spew. They might project. You might be getting people trying to project energy on you. Emotional control. Okay? Chill. Do not let them get you out of your body. Do not let them change your energy. Don't talk to them. You don't have to respond. And when you do respond, say what you mean what you say. Okay? Like the other day at work, somebody was just talking to me in kind of a condescending manner, and like, you know, on some micromanagement type shit, and she's just like, oh, well, we can't not get it. And I said, well, go ahead and do that. You got 12 minutes, because I was on a timer. Okay. And so yeah, she went ahead and leave me alone and do my damn job instead of trying to micromanage me. But I just felt really empowered by that moment, because, you know, a lot of people will try to literally just have a higher job position, you know, be the supervisor, but you're younger than me. Like, you're not as wise as me. You don't know my spiritual rank. Speak to me with respect. Okay? Demand your respect. And if you're not able to do that, if you're not in an energy like, I'm going to demand my respect, you know what? You ain't doing enough. That's what I would say. You ain't doing enough for yourself, working on yourself, okay? Because when you put energy into your own personal development, you will be pissed off somebody trying to step on your toes, trying to bring you down to another level, trying to tell you who you're not. Once you've discovered who you are, and then somebody who you can tell they have not done the work on themselves try to tell you about you, yeah, you're going to be mad. Or it's not about being mad, because we're going to be emotionally in control, okay? Shut it down. Okay, shut it down. That's why, even with the comments, be nice to me or leave. It's my house. And you don't have to be here. I'm here because I like it. I enjoy. And because I'm just so excited to meet the people, or like connect with people who actually have like minds. Okay? It's lonely out here on this frequency. Like, can I get an elite being like in my life at all? Like, can we just communicate on the internet? Like, damn, because you know, you have to understand there's a lot of soulless NPCs out here. Okay? Two of Pentacles. Okay. I'm putting this back and I'm gonna reshuffle because I didn't have I was talking. I'll pose this in the most high power. We are grateful. Okay. Okay, so the one that I put back was Two of Pentacles, right? Now I'm getting the Tower and Chariot in reverse. Okay, so this is definitely a different energy here. So shit, something ain't going forward. Something's not going forward. Okay. Something's getting stopped in its tracks. And knowing that we're standing on business and that the table, our abundance is being prepared in front of our enemies, it's got to be something that's trying to stop you. So just know, and yeah, with this Judgment, and we're remaining in emotional control, that's how you stop that shit in its tracks. Okay? That's how you shut that shit down. That's what I just had said. So I'm like, what does this mean? Yeah, shut that shit down. Okay, and it's going to get shut down. Anything that's trying to come, because it's time. It's time for your cup to overflow. Okay, for those who have really been doing the work on themselves, it's time. Okay, and this is going to be your season. All right, so you are protected, and anything coming around going to get shut down. I'm going to pull some more in here to see if there's more insight that we need to know about this Tower and Chariot in reverse. Is it what I'm picking up on, or I'll praise to the Most High Power? What is this? Why the Two of Pentacles? That's just confirmation that what I said and what came to me is true, because the same card I tried to put back and be like, came back, okay? Could there be a decision to be made? Something about the crossroads, lonely. Something about the crossroads, like, meet me at the crossroads so you won't be lonely. I got that because it's like two minds, and I just seen 1, 2, 3, 4 lingering on the clock. So, I do feel like there's some sort of choice here. Spirit, what is this message? Ace of Wands. Where are you going to put your energy? Tell me where your love lies. Chase the day and spend the night. I feel like this has to do with, what are you going to focus on? What are you focusing on? Whatever, where energy flows, it grows, or whatever. I feel like you got a fire burning. I feel like you're passionate and you're carrying the torch. I feel like even if you go through a tower, you're still going to have this torch. I'm not picking up anything particular about this decision other than it does seem like, you know, I was going to say there's two different ways, but with this infinity sign, I want to say that no matter what you choose, you're going to end up exactly where you're supposed to be. Okay? Sometimes we do have to go through the fire. Okay? But most definitely shut down anything that's not in alignment with you. That's your best course of action. It's just to follow your intuition. And keep that fire burning however you have to go about it. How long I've been doing this? Years. Years. Since, well, you know, pulling cards, 2019. That's when I started. But it's really not about the cards. Like, I never studied this shit. I learned through watching. It's really more about having a connection with yourself. And then once you have a connection with yourself, you like know your energy. So then it's like, you know what's not your energy. Then you can start like determining. I don't know. It's a process. And it's a personal one. If it's something that you like to, do it. If you're like, if you're already into it and you watch it and stuff, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to see what God has for you. Okay? Now, I'm getting this low vibrational energy right now, okay? So maybe somebody out here, maybe this energy has kind of changed or whatever. This could be your subconscious mind and your fears, because I feel like this is giving, you might be having some financial difficulties. That's what we see right here. Or just feeling bankrupt emotionally, just drained, okay? Sad. What the fuck? You just let a lot go. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And you want to know if you're like, was I supposed to let that go or not? If it's meant to be, it'll come back around. You know, why not let that thing come back to you? You know what I mean? And pray about it. Okay? Four of Wands, Eight of Swords. This is starting to give me insight into something deeper. This is not the same energy as this, your abundance is protected, okay? I think I'm almost getting what you're being protected from, which is total fucking destruction, making bad choices, brokenness, jail, and being caught up in a fucked up family situation, okay? I feel like that's what you're being protected from, because this energy is very low. I like to try to raise the vibration. And please know that, like, if when you're reading your cards, or, you know, if that's what you want to get into, you are the alchemist. If something comes out here that you don't like, it's good to be aware, take accountability, be honest with yourself, right? But you can change these. You could see this shit, right? It's in the reverse. Guess what you can do? Turn it back. It's all about your mindset, okay? Like, you have a lot of control in what happens to you, or you have a lot of control of your experience and how you experience your life. It's really about like your mindset. Is it woe is me? Or, you know, are you sad? Why is this always happening to me? Or are you, why not me? Because you a boss, a beast, and you can get through anything, and God is rising you up to be that king or queen. Okay? Or are you, why is this always happening to me? Gamer cell. I just want to be independent. I'm gonna just leave those up to typos. He wants to be independent and brave. In a way. You want to be independent and brave. Okay. We're gonna transmute that. I like that. I like that. I think that independent and brave, baby, perfect. Okay. First of all, that's very much in alignment with how I started off saying that you have to stand on business. You got to stand on your power. So let's create that. Okay. Fire it up. That's why I said, Spirit, what this message is about, how to get them wands up. Okay. How to become the, I don't know if it was the king or the queen of wands, because it's worded in a different way. But anyways, how to get them wands up, to get that energy up. All praises to the Most High Power. We are grateful. Brave and independent. And it's Independence Day. How in alignment? See, I said I was calling out for Soul Tribe, and it's like, you know, when it's Soul Tribe, it doesn't mean like, oh my God, we can be friends forever. It's like just being in the moment and on one accord at the same time. That is a beautiful thing. When you know, they could be total strangers, and you have like a nice conversation with a total stranger, and you just resonate. Just know that's God, okay? Showing you that it's okay to be you, okay? Okay, so what came out of here is the Five of Wands and the Apprentice of Swords. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. We live in a dog-eat-dog world, right? That's what they say. Look at this ant, but he got a sword, though. Apprentice. That's like Page of Swords. Speak up. That's what I'm getting from this. This a dog-eat-dog world. Right? Speak up, even if your voice shakes. So when you see something wrong, this is how you get empowered. This is how you become brave and independent, a free thinker. I like you, gamer cell. You really, you're making my brain work. I'm really feeling the connection here. When you are willing to speak up when nobody else is, that's how you become brave. It's step by step. You know what I'm saying? It's step by step. And it's okay to be afraid. The most important part is to think for yourself. So you see everybody's making fun of this. Everybody's tugging on this, right? Everybody's tugging on this one rope. And it's in a circle. And everybody wants a piece, right? But you know that it's not even enough to go around. You know that, that there's no purpose in this. It doesn't make sense to you to be fighting over this, is what I'm trying to say. So think for yourself and don't get involved, or think for yourself and do a better strategy. Like maybe the dogs are trying to stretch it out into a circle. Maybe they're not fighting. Maybe they're trying to accomplish something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, think for yourself and figure out a proper solution. Okay? Thinking for yourself is the first step of becoming independent and brave, is having your own thoughts. Stop listening to other people. Do your own research. Read a motherfucking book. When people say, oh, I don't think you should be dabbling in that, I don't think Jesus would like it if you listen to that tarot lady. But every time you listen to that tarot lady, like you get new insights, you like have this understanding, so you think for yourself. You don't go back like, well, my mama said that I shouldn't do that. But you're being called in your spirit. And that be the fucked up part, is that when you're in a group setting, whether it's a family or whatever type of community, cult, okay? It's that group think thing. So, like, that's very dangerous. I even feel like, that's why I'm saying, like, even with Soul Tribe, it's like, I know that even when I'm connected with my soul tribe, we're not going to be all just living in the same house chilling every day. People like me, people who actually vibrate with me, we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I know that I'm not going to be able to just kick it with my bestie tribe member every day. Like, I know that we're going to have this independence. I know that she may have to go on her own path and then I go on mine, and maybe we don't see each other for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? You got to be independent like that. You got to be lightweight detached. Okay? A level of detachment from the people in your life, because you can love them, but if they're not growing with you, they cannot go with you. They will hold you back. Okay? And gamer cells, it's like I'm boxed in. But like the door is open though. What's really holding you back? If you're in a box, if that's cardboard, just out of the box. What's keeping you in the box? Fear of the truth. The truth may be that I can't afford to live on my own. I don't know if this is your situation, but I'm just going to put it as example. Like, say you just got out of jail. You're a felon and you struggle to, make ends meet. So you go live with, to have a job. So you live with your family, but your family fucking sucks. Okay? You're going to have to think outside of that box. Okay? Like, that's not healthy for you to be codependent on somebody who doesn't even respect you. You know what I'm saying? They don't even want to help you. They feel obligated to you or something. Or you guys have some weird exchange going on. You guys signed a fucking rental agreement, but the shit is not working out. You know what I'm saying? You have to be willing. The bravery comes with saying, like, first and foremost, get in prayer. Okay? When you don't know what to do, I feel like there's a catchy phrase I could use. I can't think of it. When you don't know what to do, pray about it. Okay? When you don't know what to do, pray, man. Don't, that shit ain't not corny, because a prayer is like a spell when you're an alchemist. Okay? A prayer is a spell. Write that shit down. Start trying to figure out what it is that you actually want, because being like, I can't take this anymore, that's not a solution. Okay? More like, write down, I want to live independently. You know what I'm saying? Write that down. Pray, God, please help me to be able to live independently. Last year I was homeless with 4 children, right? I was never unhoused, but I did not have my own place. I lived in 3 different places last year, and under somebody else's name, or like in somebody else's house, even if I didn't live there, or even if they didn't live there with me, it was not my apartment in my name, right? So anyways, I'm subject to another person, right? My prayer that I was saying after the last person was mean to me, okay? After the last person was mean to me, I said, God, please make me the lender and not the borrower. Please don't ever have me in position to need anyone's help for my survival. Okay? Maybe those weren't the exact same words, but that's basically was my prayer, is I want to be the lender, not the borrower. You know, because I know that if I got it, I'm a nice person. Like, I cannot like you and still help you. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, so I know that I'm a good person to be in a lending position based off that, right? But I know that people will treat me terrible when I need something. So God, please don't ever have me in that position to need something from any motherfucking body. Please, God, please, please. You know, and so far so good, right? But let's not just skate over that. I was chased out of the state. I was coerced. I was set up. Okay? I was stolen from. Okay? I was belittled. And through that whole process of me being technically homeless, I always had luxury accommodations. My children went to school every day. My daughter still graduated from high school. Okay? We ate well every day. Okay? We were dressed well every day. Like, we and my daughter, we were talking, we were like, for some homeless people, these sure are some luxury accommodations. That's what prayer can do for you. And now, in the nick of, you know that last year on Christmas, my stepmother decided she didn't like me because I do tarot, even though all I do is talk positivity, right? And basically, we were staying with her. She came home and seen that we put the Christmas tree up, because in the day was before Christmas, and she had us take it. She told my dad to take it down. Basically, she really real life Grinch shit. Okay, this was 2024 Christmas. All some kids that she claimed that she loves took their Christmas tree. Okay, so and I just only said that to say, like, that's how I was treated. And when I was praying, God, get me out of this. And the day after Christmas, guess who got the keys to her new place? Who they denied her. They denied me for my apartment twice. And on the 26th of December, got the keys to my place. Okay? And been paying the rent on time, baby. Okay? If I pray for something, does it always happen? Hell yeah. I'll say hell yeah. I am living prayers. I am living prayers. Absolutely. Now, when you say your prayers, it's got to be in the highest good of all. Okay? So, you know what I'm saying? Add that to your clause. Can I have $1 million for the highest good of all? Yes, you can. Can I have $1 million? That leaves a door. That's a portal to something that has more than just high vibrational shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could get smacked by a truck and be paralyzed, and then, yeah, you got $1 million. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. You don't want that. Highest good of all. You know, or end up losing a family member, and then it's an insurance claim or something like that. But you lost your child or something. No. Okay? But honestly, always going to the divine, that helps you develop a relationship with the divine. They want to talk to you. They don't have a body. And I'm speaking about the Most High God, but then there's like a lot of spiritual energy that you can connect with. Like, I am anchored in the Most High God. I grew up Christian, but I definitely don't consider myself Christian anymore. But it's like, I'm kind of still like in alignment with that energy, even though it's like vast, right? And so, yeah, prayer is very powerful. The way you said it, if you pray for something, does it always happen? I feel like yes, but it may not come when you want it, but it's always on time. Like I would have liked to been out of my dad's house prior to the Christmas tree getting snatched, right? But that lady came home because she had been gone. That lady came home day before Christmas, not knowing, full on ready to torture me. Full on ready to torture me. Okay? But she didn't know that in 2 days I would be gone, and I ain't had to see her since. And been doing good. She tried to talk shit. She's a witch. She's a bitch. She's a... Right? You okay, Pookie? But if I was so bad, why am I so blessed? I said, why am I so blessed if what I'm doing is so bad? Okay? So, yeah. Basically, how to become independent and brave? Speak up. Speak up. I almost knocked myself. I throat dropped myself. Speak the fuck up. Say what you mean what you say. And sometimes that's going to make people say, I don't want to be around you anymore. Perfect. Now you're independent. Now it's time to be brave, because if that was your meal ticket, you gotta, that's when you get to praying like, God, like, you know, I need this independence, God, please. I'm trying to support myself, God, please. Okay, you're gonna have to be brave and trust that it's gonna work out. All right, that's that on that. What else do we have, Holy Spirit? 7 of Wands. Look at that energy of cutting ties. Okay, yeah, we definitely in a divine alignment in this moment, okay? Cutting ties. You said you cut people off, right? Cut that. Cut it. Cut it. If someone pissed you off, you need to cut it. If they always talking shit, you need to cut it. If someone is always sad, you need to cut them too. Okay? Because it's like, there's a people who are like obviously negative to you and like, you're not shit, trying to make you feel bad. And then there's the people who are always complaining. My life. Get away from them. Cut them ass off too, because that's low vibe. Okay, because don't complain to me more than twice. Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 times to complain about the same shit. Okay, then we're going to get to solutions, or else I don't want to hear it. Or I actually don't want to be around you, because I feel like you're choosing to stay stuck, and that's just not good for me. I have to keep going. So yeah, cut it. Cut it. I don't know really how to do this, but I'm pretend. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Cut it. Cut that shit off. Cut it off. Cut it. Cut it. Yeah. Before they cut you. You need to cut them before they cut you. This is the 3 of Swords. Absolute fucking heartbreak. So before they cut you. Okay? I don't know why it's coming through like that. I feel good though. But yeah, cut them before they cut you, baby. Yeah, that's what your intuition telling you, that they don't fuck with you for real. Temperance. So this energy is about balance. It's also about the ancestors. So like in your prayer, like all praise to the Most High Power, right? but also ask for permission to connect with whatever deities, spirits, or ancestors. You know what I'm saying? You could have like a dead loved one that you want to connect with, or, you know, you could ask, ask to speak with your benevolent ancestors, or maybe it's not always just, you don't always receive your answer back in meditation. It could be that all of a sudden you get a book about King Tut, or you come across like a passage that really resonates, like that is communication with spirit. All of a sudden you're like, God, I'm just trying to figure out something, like, what about the spirituality thing? And then all of a sudden you see 222 every whatever number it could be any number, but it's like you just keep seeing it, keep seeing it, keep seeing it, and you're just like, okay, now you start paying attention. Now you're like, God, this is another way you can up your spiritual game. God, if you can hear me, or if we're communicating, can I see a feather today? You know what I'm saying? As soon as I looked up, I was like, is that a feather? It's more like a leaf. But I've been seeing 444 a lot. 222 and 444, they own me right now, because for a while I was seeing not so much those, like the sequence or the same number. I was seeing like 1 2 3 4 or 1 2 3, or I was seeing that a lot, and now it's like a lot of this 222 444. And you can look up what those number synchronicities mean, but I more relate it as like just like a signal to pay attention in that moment, not necessarily like 444 means blah blah blah, but you can know it because it could be a double meaning. Yeah, 1 2 3, that shit was on me for a while. And even on here I seen 1 2 3 4. I was like, but I think I seen 444 too, and I called it out during this live. So okay, so I want to talk about this temperance energy here. The temperance energy, this is Sagittarius energy, and that's ancestral. Okay, but it's also about balance. Okay, it's also about balance. There was something else that I wanted to say about this. Oh, that's what I was going to say. When you're escaping weird people, like you might, now that you're an independent thinker, okay, first and foremost, be the independent thinker and stand on business with yourself, right? But sometimes when you're in conflict energy with people, or like you're like you said, you're feeling trapped, or like you might be around some weirdos, or maybe you joined a gang, okay, and now you can't get away from them, like cutting them off, like fuck y'all, might not be the safest thing to do. So you might have to hey guys, how you doing? Oh, I'm sorry. I signed up for school. I won't be here today, or I gotta walk my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just slowly get rid of their ass. Okay, don't take too long. But sometimes with people, you kind of have to like, so they don't have to deal with a bunch of fucking drama. Okay, or to stay safe. Cutting people off isn't always easy. So, taking your time, or it could also be like the energy of, if you're living with somebody, you don't want to say, man, I hate living here, man. Fuck you for real. Don't do that. Okay, not till you're ready to leave for real. You can. That's when you be like, okay, first step is I'm gonna get a motherfucking job. Yep, got me a job. I'm gonna start saving some money. Okay, now I got a little something. Or, just depending what your issue is, like you might have to start from, in order to get a job, I got to get my record expunged. You start taking those steps, and remain in prayer, because the ancestors will guide you. They will open that door for you. They will lead you. Okay. One last card. I'm gonna cut it. The Hanged One, Pisces energy. Let me show you what it looked like. You know, this is kind of similar to that Temperance energy, as in this is you kind of waiting and contemplating. Creating a plan. Waiting for the downloads. Like, this is like contacting the ancestors, right? I feel like this is kind of like waiting to receive the insight. So take your time. Okay? Take your time. Know what it is that you want to do. Okay? As far as your independence and your bravery, right? Know it. Start writing it down, you know, or, you know, knowing for sure what it is that you want to experience. What are you trying to manifest, right? And take the steps. Okay? Wherever you are in your journey. If you're new to prayer, you know, especially like intentional prayer, or like, you know, a lot of us pray before we eat, right? But like, if you're new to that, give that time to develop. It's a relationship, okay? God is real. It's not like, click. God will test you. God will test you, okay? God's sick of people calling on his name too, who ain't really about shit. That's why he requires that sort of truth. He requires vulnerability. He requires you to sacrifice things within yourself that prove that you can even handle the power of manifestation. Because if you get into an energy of, oh, I can manifest, you might start thinking you're this shit, instead of knowing that it is divine order at play, that you are granted permission to have wealth based on your merit with the spiritual realm, not just in this lifetime, but previous lifetime. Okay? So once you get out of alignment with your divine life purpose, you no longer have the favor. Okay? And to get in alignment with your divine life purpose, sacrifices will have to be made. Things will have to be cut out, whether it's people, places, or things. Okay? But the reward is great and everlasting and eternal. Okay? It never stops. I can honestly say that my connection with the Most High God, and I don't pray, and no disrespect to my brother Jesus, because even though his name was Yeshua, and I think we really need to start using the name Yeshua, because isn't that kind of like a destiny swap? If we keep calling him Jesus, but his name was Yeshua, we're praising Zeus. Let's say that we respect and love Yeshua for his walk on earth that shows us that we can be like him. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that was a side note, right? The fuck? The rabbit made me forget. It was important. Oh well, it's like right here in my head. I need to like cross my eye so I can see it again. I'll pull one more card just because I did lose my train of thought, so hopefully this spirit will bring it back, because I felt like that was important. It was an alchemical principle. Yeah, girl, let it go. Okay, these two cards just slid out together. And I got the Ten of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. From rags to riches, baby. In your mind, in a simple moment of a mindset change, you can go from rags to riches. See how I got that? From broke as fuck to happy as shit. Okay? You can go from rags to riches in an instant, because it's about your mindset. So that's why you have to work on you. This is not about anybody outside of you. You do not become independent and brave by taking from somebody, hating on somebody, or even kicking it with somebody. You become independent and brave by being in solitude, being by yourself, doing things that you love, even when nobody's there. I got 2 people watching me. I don't care. I'm excited as fuck. Okay? This is still what I love. This is still what I'm going to do. I still believe this is going to be the key to my everlasting abundance and happiness. Okay? Believe in yourself when nobody else does. I've been attacked over and over and over again. And at some point, at a point I came that these people are attacking me. I don't even have as much as they have. That's when you got to realize that it's not about finances. Not anymore. It's not about what you have on the outside. It's about what you have on the inside. And people will try to steal what you have on the inside by trying to tell you you're not good enough. Trying to convince you you're not good enough. Just like they did in slavery. They convinced all us fully melanated beings. Melanated beings are superior genetically to non-melanated beings. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, right? So they done convinced the sweetest fruit that they was rotten. And we believed it. That's what they did to us in slavery. I mean, they broke us down. So I'm just saying that tactic is not dead. That they will see you as the brightest star in your family. The best man or woman that they ever been with. Smartest person they know. And try to steal that from you by saying, I don't really think you're that great. And then when they're not around, here they are with your lingo, wearing your energy like a skin suit, hanging out with somebody else. They got all that shit from you, but they didn't even appreciate you. They didn't even appreciate you enough to say, hey girl, you tight. You tight, girl. Because it's nothing for you to learn from somebody and then like share it with another. But you're not even giving props, but you stealing that energy though. And you want it, you try to make me feel like I'm not even that great, but you trying to be me around other people? Mad weird. Okay? But anyways, rags to riches. When you're independent. Okay? Because who can tell you what's great value when it's just you? You decide. You're not comparing it. Your new Nissan or your Nissan that you just bought from your pre-owned Nissan, right? Let you know you the shit because you got you a good running car, right? And you got it on your own. It's yours. You got a title to that motherfucker. But homegirl with the Jeep might look at it and be like, oh, that's not that great. It's just a Nissan. You know what I'm saying? But when you're with yourself, you know how much of a king you are because you just bought your own car after struggling and shit, right? That's why you stop comparing yourself because other people be like, bought a car, a man is 35, shit. It's like, but you ain't walked in no day in that man's shoes, so shut your ass up. You don't know what God has done for that person. And a lot of times we'll go through things, we'll struggle. It's not about the struggle. The struggle is for everybody. The struggle, I told you, God liked testing us. God want to see you be like, please, so he can scoop you up, And the more you trust him, the faster he comes, okay? And the less you be like, because you just be knowing it's going to be all right, okay? So yeah, you're absolutely going to be fucking tested, okay? Absolutely. But it's worth it, and it's worth it to go. It's worth it to go through it alone. It's worth it. You can't build a connection with God with somebody else. Like your relationship with spirit and like your true faith that your manifestations can come through or that your prayers will be answered. It's not between husband and wife. It's between husband and God, wife and God. Okay? So, yeah. And you're talking to somebody who's been married before too. Do I feel tested all the time? Every fucking day. God be giving me breaks. Like, I'll go through something extremely traumatic, right? And I'll be like, Like I said, I just got off a year of homelessness where people were trying to murder me for my inheritance that was stolen from me, and that I was slandered and hella witchcraft. My motherfucking heart was hurting. My motherfucking lymph nodes swelled up because all the bullshit, right? I thought I was going to drop dead. But I stayed in prayer, and I didn't. And my main assailant actually was the one who dropped dead. Okay? And that's where the faith come from. It was like I was tested, and God said, reward. Okay? And then, you know, I had like a couple of months of break. And right now I'm doing a test. But it don't feel the same either, though. I kind of just see it as that. I'm like, I know you're going to fix that. That's where I'm at with God. I know you finna fix that. I'm not even. Here's the burden. Like I don't even fucking hold the burden no more. Like as soon as it's giving me anxiety, you know, and if it come back, I'm telling you, I'm not holding on to no burdens. The test right now is my car ain't running. Okay, so that's what the motherfucking test is. So it's not devastating, you know, but I gotta get it fixed. Ooh. You want to know how you can sway things your way? By making a sacrifice. Yep. You grab your oldest child, you take your knife. I'm just kidding. Yeah. So yeah, that was a joke. No, don't do that. What you're gonna do is you take your habit that you know you need to quit. You know you need to get that shit in check. You know you need to get that shit under control. And you give that to the Most High God. You sacrifice that. You slay that. God, if I quit smoking weed, you gonna get my car fixed? I got you on that. All right. Day 2. Okay. Okay. I did, from May 7th to June 7th, I was asking for my inheritance. I fasted. I was a very strict fast. I did, like, it was an intermittent fasting. I did eat food, but like for the 30 days, but it was very strict. I had to follow my guides that I made a covenant with the Most High. That thing sewed in. That thing sewed in. That thing sewed in. Okay? And I feel so empowered. And God is just like, I didn't know he loved me. Because I've been trying to like stay on the fast because it's been good for me, right? Made me feel good and energetic. But I really haven't been able to stick as strict as I was. And I know it was because I'm actually happy with that because I know that that was the covenant. I honored the covenant with the Most High God. I said, I'm going to do this. Will you please honor my request? God was like, cool. And I did it. And guess what? God's been revealing stuff to me, baby. It's going to be a retrograde of this. This about to be a strong-ass retrograde. Okay? So, last card and I'm leaving for real. But I'm going to actually change deck, so maybe I'm not. Pisces energy. Live your dreams. It's not as hard as it may seem. You gotta get it together. That's what Pisces energy gives me. And that's because Pisces is my north node. So it gives me destiny, intimacy, honesty, and truth. We ended it on that. I don't need to say shit else. Because this is, how do you get it? You gotta be real. You gotta know yourself. Know thyself. You wanna know something? This is a secret for those who made it to the end. You know something I discovered? Like, if you go on a personal journey, you're going to find God. And if you go on a God journey, you're going to find yourself. So what that mean? Figure it out. See you later, guys.